And we are live. Okay, so right now there are 0 viewers. We'll wait for people to come in. I don't think we've met. I'm Chuki, and your name is Joycelyn, I guess. That's what
Yeah, I'm
Google
Jocelyn,
said.
yeah.
Hi, Jocelyn. Where are you based?
Santiago, Chile.
Wow. I'm right now in San Francisco. I usually live in Colorado, but I'm here for the Dubai conference, which is next week, but I'm just here early to meet up with people. Yeah, which is why there's a little bit of technical difficulty because I'm not familiar with the setup. Shall we send people an email again just to make sure? Sorry?
She's joining and
I tweeted.
I don't see her yet. I'm just going to post on Facebook that we're starting.
Yes, please, thank you.
Hi there.
Okay, there's Natalie.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Yay!
Thank you for having us today.
Hi, Natalie.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Yeah, so far there's no one joined yet, so we're going to wait a little bit more.
Okay. Let's just post back that we're ready.
Yeah, I posted.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the post I had made earlier.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, okay. People are slowly coming in. We are just waiting for more people to join, but welcome. And for those of you who have joined, you can use the Q&A app to ask your questions, and we are going to ask them to our lovely organizers. Oh, yeah, okay. People are slowly coming in. We are just waiting for more people to join, but welcome. And for those of you who have joined, you can use the Q&A app to ask your questions, and we are going to ask them to our lovely organizers.
I was just in Santiago, Jocelyn.
Is someone playing the video? Because I can hear my own voice.
Yeah, I can hear a lot of feedback as well.
I just put on mute, so it wasn't me, but I think, just let me see. Now it stopped. It was like an echo of your announcement.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing.
Okay. I think we have, so, this is a dumb question, but we're going to record this. Can we do that?
Yes, this is going to be on YouTube. Since we're doing a hangout
great.
on air, the recording is going to be available. And I'm going to send you a link afterwards so you can share.
Perfect. Because, you know, Jocelyn, what we need to do after, we need to add subtitles to the to the video after we finish. Yeah, so we can do that after.
Great. All right.
Hey, what fun.
Okay. Why don't we get started now? You ready?
Sure. Okay. Yes.
Great. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to Technically Speaking Hangout with the LATINiTY conference. I'm Chuki Chen with Kate, who are the organizers, but we don't organize the conference, so we are inviting the conference organizers. who are Natalie and Jocelyn. Natalie, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the conference?
Yes. So my name is Natalie Gill. I'm the general co-chair along with Jocelyn Simmons for the first Latin American Women in Technology conference. And Jocelyn is actually the one that's going to share the first part about the conference. We already split the topic, so I just pass to Jocelyn about that. Welcome,
That's
Jocelyn,
great.
and thank you for having us. This is great. This is great
Well,
for.
thank you for coming. And for everybody, we are going to have some question and answer time at the end. Please feel free to ask questions. I believe that they don't mind taking questions in Spanish. That will be fine.
Is Spanish or English or Portuguese?
Yeah. I will try to read them out aloud in Spanish if it's in Spanish, and hopefully they will understand. My Portuguese is non-existent. I'll be reading them like it's Spanish if it's going to be in Portuguese. But please do ask your questions, and if they can be in English, Spanish, or Portuguese, that would be fine. Okay?
Good.
I
Awesome.
don't see any questions yet, so people don't be shy. Please ask questions. We are here so that you can get more information. All right, and now
so
I'll
I should start
turn
talking
the
about
mic
the
to
conference.
Jocelyn.
Yeah. So basically, this conference, the idea basically started actually quite a few years ago. So a bunch of us from South America have been going to Grace Hopper, which is a bigger women in computing conference that's held yearly in the States. And basically we wanted to bring some of that back to South America because it's really expensive to travel to the States, and we wanted to do something very local so that people could actually join us and get together here and basically put together local networks in South America that would help students and also academics and women in industry basically to show their work and basically be able to make collaboration networks and set up projects and stuff like that. So we've been running a Chilean Women in Computing event like I think the last 3 or 4 years. And last year with Natalie at Grace Hopper, no, the year before last.
The year before that, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2013, I think. That's when actually we met each other in person at Grace Hopper, and we decided to go for it. Of course, this has taken a lot of planning, and that's why from 2013 we're just now in 2015 setting up the actual conference. It's a lot of planning has gone into it, and a lot of consultation. Like what do we want for our event and stuff like that. And now we're actually at the stage where we're hoping that people will participate and submit proposals for talks, for panels. And we're getting together sponsorships, to help people get here, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Chuki and I also met at Grace Hopper.
That is true. Yeah, we were introduced at Grace Hopper by a friend. So it's a great place.
Grace Hopper is great.
I know, it's a wonderful conference. I'm so glad that you're bringing it to South America because, like you said, it's a far, far place to travel, and not everybody can make that trip. So.
We're actually sponsored by the Anita Borg Institute. They're one of our, I think it was the gold sponsors. Yeah, one of our gold sponsors is the Anita Borg Institute.
That's great. So people are still very shy. I still don't see any questions. But maybe one of you can explain a little bit more what kind of talks are you looking for? Because I know that the call for papers is open. What should people be sharing? What do they what should they talk about at this conference?
Nelly, do you want to start?
Yes. So we do have 3 tracks and 2 different activities. The 3 tracks are the academic, industry, and society. And we do have also 2 separated tracks. Let's say one is entrepreneurship, and the other one is product visioning challenge. So I'm going to start with the industry and society, but we're going to explain all 5 of them, so you can have an idea of what we're looking for. So as Jocelyn mentioned at the beginning, this is the first time we're doing it in Latin America, so we don't have a specific topic about a specific topic we want to cover, but we want to be open to a number of things that are still relevant as I mentioned before, in academic, industry, and society. About industry in particular, what we're looking for is, if you check I just posted the link for the call for participation. It's already translated to English, Spanish, and Portuguese if you want to check. But basically, in the industry track, we're looking to, have people working in industry, which means that is work people working. Not only doing research, not only doing teaching on academia, but people working on companies developing products for end users, or people working in consulting, or people creating things, projects or technologies that are already in a way to be developed, or you have already a project set up that you want to share. These technical highlights are the type of things that we're looking for, because it's not only about, we're talking about how hard it is to be a woman on a technology field, or STEM, or science, technology, engineering, mathematics field, but also it's good to highlight what we're doing. So in the industry track, we want to have people from industry, sharing about projects that they've been doing, lessons learned, current state of the project, future work, something innovative on the industry side. So the format for this, if we start, talking about the format, so this is a full presentation, and it's going to be a small presentation, 15 minutes, and then some other minutes, 5 minutes for questions about this. So that's for the industry track. We do have another one, which is what we normally have on Women in Computing, Women in Technology conference, which is we group them as society track, and because in this case we are looking for have women in Latin America related to Latin America share experiences. We expect to have this little bit of Latin America flavor of the things that we share about, as I mentioned before, how is to be a woman in the technical field, maternity, a number of things that can raise it. So the idea here is to have a number of different formats, and could be a full presentation, as I mentioned before, and a panel. Because that type of things are normally more like there's a number of people sharing the same thing, but different points of view. So and the idea is to have, this is very important, that the panel is not, for instance, I work for Microsoft, let's say, but actually work for Microsoft, and I do have everybody from Microsoft from the subsidiary work. The idea is that you can put together a number of people from different places, from different companies or universities, and so we can have a diverse panel. That's super important, and that's going to add a lot of points to the evaluation here. And I'm just going to hand out to Jocelyn to explain the academic track here to, yes, hello.
Yeah, so the academic track is similar to the industry track, but aimed at women in academia. So basically we want to hear from other universities, because we want to set up collaboration networks between the South American universities. And we don't always get a chance to talk to each other or find out what other people are doing in South America. So we'd like to actually build consortiums around certain ideas, I don't know, like education and stuff, for example, Internet of Things, and establish bigger research groups and collaboration relationships between different universities. So this is your chance to actually show what you're working on for like 15 minutes in the same format as the industry presentations. So 15 minutes to talk and 5 minutes for questions. And in the academic presentations, we also have a special track for students. So we also want students to show their work, and actually this is something we've been doing in the Chilean event for the last few years, and it's actually a lot of fun. They get much shorter presentations. It's only 5 minutes, and they can talk about basically a project, their final year project, or their the project they do at the end of their studies, or some group project that they've been working on, and basically share it with the audience. We usually get the audience to vote about the projects, like which ones they like more or less, and usually we have some kind of prize. Like last year we had a Raspberry Pi for the first place winner.
Good.
Oh, and I should mention also that there's different, so we don't run the whole thing. We've actually delegated some of the stuff. There's actually program committees for each of these tracks. So there, like if you check on the website, the organization committee web page, there's actually, you know, who's in charge of the different tracks, and soon we'll be posting the actual program committees. We have some very fun people actually involved in this, and who will be actually evaluating these proposals, and they're all like very nice top people in the field. So it's really good to check it out.
I just put that on the chat.
Is this the first conference that you've organized?
Excuse me?
Is this the first conference that you've organized?
Yeah, this is the first version of LATINiTY. Yeah.
What's... Sorry, there's like...
But I don't know if this is the first conference ever. This is the first conference ever I organized, but I don't know if this is the first conference ever Jocelyn organized. I think she has a lot of more experience than me.
I have a little bit more experience because we've been doing the Chilean version of the event, and just putting together Chilean women, and yeah, I've been more involved in academic conferences as well. So yeah.
What's been the most surprising thing as a first-time conference organizer then, Natalie?
Oh, for me, I mean, I try to, for event or complex stuff I organize. So I used to be a project manager, so I try to run that as a project. And supposedly, project managers can run wherever. So. So this is another project for me, and that's the way we're trying to organize, to delegate, to resources. We have a timeline, we have all the stuff. So I think so far we've been successful. Let's see how it ends. I think once we get the surveys done, and we get the conference rolling, and we get the impact that we're trying to generate impact here, and for first awareness and second impact. So let's see how it goes. I mean, first time, but I'm super excited about how we're doing so far. We've been done a lot of things.
That's amazing.
So the collaboration tools have been great. Like we have everything online, and basically every email, everything we send is stored, ready for next year, so that the next year's team can actually set up the conference and have a much easier job at it than we did.
And that's super great.
Yeah, and we're trying to look for different locations every year, so we can have people locally, leveraging that they are close to the conference. So, so we were looking for the next location to be done. So yes, next. But this year I think it was great. You know how great is that? So right now I'm based in Peru, and Jocelyn is in Chile. And before we live everywhere else, but right now we are there. So, but Jocelyn is a professor for Universidad de Chile, and happened that I covered the region with my work, and these past months I've been visiting a client in Santiago, so that way I can work closer to you. So it's good that we have hangout, so we can chat via Skype, and but it's better if we sit together and we drink a beer while we're brainstorming about what to do, right? So
and those are the best meetings.
Yeah. So if I think got a question. We got an audience question. Yay! I'm going to read it out loud, and we'll get some answers. This is from Isabel. She asked, she's from Mente, Costa Rica. And she said, I would like to apply for a society track, but can you explain again what do you expect from it exactly? I want to make sure my idea fits the society track.
Okay, so for the society track, we're actually looking for basically people to talk about initiatives they've been involved in to try and, for example, improve the condition of women in computing in South America. So basically, like the work that Mente has been doing, I've been following them for a couple of years. They actually do a lot of interesting stuff to get more women involved in Costa Rica in computing, and I think we'd all be excited to hear what they talk about. It's basically, what programs universities are setting up, for example, to get more students, more female students in engineering degrees, what companies are doing to improve the situation of their women workers, what academia is doing, for example, to improve retention of women professors and women students. Any kind of initiative, government-led initiative, industry-led initiative, academia-led initiative, anything that will help the presence and retention, basically, of women in computing. Natalie, do you want to add anything?
That's awesome. Yeah.
So,
Isabel, we hope you feel encouraged to submit now, and other viewers, you should definitely ask a question.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity.
Yes.
I remember when I was trying to submit to conferences, sometimes you have this idea, and sometimes when you look at a conference, for example, like LATINiTY, it seems to encompass so many things, and you're not sure, is my idea something that will be welcome? And most of the time the answer is yes, because we want to hear from different people and different ideas. But if you want to have that extra bit of confidence, this is your chance. So we can have the organizers actually give you feedback right now. So don't be shy, ask your questions. Like I said, you can type it in Spanish and Portuguese as well. It doesn't have to be English. But please, take advantage of the moment now.
Good. We do have, if there's no questions so far, we do have orders that we want to share about the 2 additional tracks we have. And,
definitely.
Okay, let me share just something about the entrepreneurship. Let's see. Where is this? So, or I was about to mention about the.
Or you talk about the product visioning challenge, and I'll talk about the entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically we're shaping the entrepreneurship track, and this is about this and this is in parallel through the conference, and it actually is going to start before, but all the participants are going to get the opportunity to do to springboard application ideas, and what you're going to receive here so far, we're still shaping it, but this is going to be judged during the conference, but you're going to receive coaching before the conference, so you can get the ideas landed for the track. So and we're looking to have coaches very experienced on this, and they've been doing that before on other conferences. So we're closing who are gonna be the coaches, but this is gonna be great because you're gonna receive formal coaching about entrepreneurship. So that's gonna be great. You want to share about the other one, the product visioning challenge, Jocelyn?
Okay, but wait, I wanted to add some details about the entrepreneurship.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, we're organizing that with Jagruti. Let me just get her name right. Bigha, who actually organized the first Grace Hopper India. And so basically what they do is set up this challenge and try and get basically to get more women into entrepreneurship, which is kind of hard because women don't always feel as confident in their ideas. So the workshop is going to help you try and build that confidence. So the team doesn't have to be all female, but it has to have at least a woman in an important role inside the company. And the idea is to actually have local judges and also judges from our industry sponsors. And basically, you'll have these workshops before the conference, but you'll also have some activities at the conference, and we're going to have judges and try and pick the best idea. So I think I'll now switch to the product visioning challenge.
Yeah.
So the product visioning challenge is actually targeted at students. So we were initially thinking about running a hackathon, but hackathons don't seem to attract that many women, at least not here in South America. We've tried setting up the Microsoft Hackathon, which is held in conjunction with Grace Hopper, and we haven't had much success doing it here locally. So what we were thinking was actually doing a step before that. So and this way we also get students involved from any year. Like, you don't have to know how to program, because we're asking you to make mock-ups, not actual products. But the idea is to set up 3 big challenges during this workshop. The challenges are on our website. I just posted about them today. I'm a little late with the updating the website, but let me just look for them now. And basically the idea is they're all about trying to improve the condition of Latin American women in computing. The challenge is actually called Discovering Tech-Driven Innovation Solutions to Support Women Around the World. So, it's going to start with Latin American women, but the idea is that, whatever you think of will actually help women around the world. So the 3 challenges are, the first one is trying to find a solution to unite and strengthen the voices speaking out on behalf of women and girls around the world. The second challenge is to try and find a solution to assess and enhance career skills, because like I said before, sometimes women have a little bit of confidence issues about what their actual skill set or the level of their skills are, and so this solution is going to try and actually help them assess and make a little bit more of an objective assessment of their skills and figure out what they need to do to improve, or if they already are at a level where they can apply for certain positions. And the final challenge is actually trying to find solutions to track the impact of individual women leaders, so as to be able to share their stories with a larger global network and inspire other people. Because we also have this problem of visibility. Like, lots of men get press, and we need the women out there as well. So those are the 3 challenges, and like I said, it's going to be creating mock-ups of the products, not actual products, because this way somebody that's already in high school that doesn't have any programming experience can still participate in one of these teams. And all the students that have programming experience can also participate, but it's more focused on the product and not the technology behind the product. And basically they're competing in teams of 5. We also have a lot of men going to the same conference, because it's actually co-located with another conference that's the Chilean Conference of Computing that's held every year. So the idea is not to exclude them from our event, but actually include them, for example, through this event. So teams are 5 members, where at least 3 of them have to be female. And we'll basically judge the mock-ups based on their designs and how they fulfill the challenge, and then what is their potential to actually have an impact. So we're still figuring out all the details for that challenge, but that's basically going to be run over the 2 days at the conference. So there's going to be some preparation on the first day, like telling them what challenges are, having people there that can answer their questions, and having the people figure out their groups and working together on setting up an initial mock-up, and what techniques they can actually use to set up mock-ups, and what questions they should be asking themselves to figure out what the product should look like. And then the second day they'll have another workshop with some more tasks, and then some kind of like show and tell, like show the mock-ups and basically have some kind of judging as well. So there's going to be a lot of events at this conference.
We have a packed
in parallel, we're going to have the talks from the 3 different tracks, the academic, industry, and society tracks.
And by the way, I think we didn't post that yet, but we do have a great venue. So we're gonna have Universidad Mayor hosting us, and we visited the campus some weeks ago with Jocelyn. We're gonna share some pictures after, but they have a beautiful campus, so we'll have a great place to. Not only for the keynotes, but also for the smaller talks, but also to hang out around. It's a great place, and there's a bunch of places around to
eat. There's great places to eat around there.
Yeah. We found some great. So we inspected everything just to be sure that it's this place. But we do have a great team of the Universidad Mayor supporting us as well, and they're super nice. They're super committed. So
Wow,
I
that's
think
great.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they welcome us to join them. So it's great. We do
Yeah,
have
so I have a quick question from an audience.
yes.
Yeah, so Naranjita asked, can she ask her question in Spanish? And the answer is yes. Please just type your answer in Spanish. I'll try my best to read it out, but I think Natalie and Jocelyn can do that too. You can see the question module as well, right? On the
Let me
Let
slide.
me
just
check.
try and
If you click
log
on
and log
the
out.
left, if you click
I
on the
found it.
left-hand
Yeah.
side, there's a Q&A. Yeah, so if you type your question in Spanish, I'll have them read it because my Spanish is, yeah, muy mal, I guess. I don't know how to say that. So yeah, no hablo español. But they do, so that'll be fine. So definitely go ahead and ask your questions. Just type it out and they will read it. Okay? And then our next question is
Okay.
actually about the entrepreneurship innovation track, which I believe you're going to cover one track at a time, but I just want to raise the question as well. So she wants to get more information about the entrepreneurship and innovation track. So perhaps we can cover that now.
So we were
Yeah.
talking about it a little bit before, but basically, just to reiterate, we basically want to help teams put together their entrepreneurship ideas. So basically, these are teams of. Let me just look on my. I'm cheating here. I'm reading from my from my notes. So they're teams of about 3 to 4 people. And basically, to be able to participate, we're going to ask you to actually submit a business plan. Okay? And basically, the workshops that we're going to have before the conference are going to be held over Skype or Hangouts or whatever technology. And basically, through Jagruti, we've gotten in touch with Manish Singhal, which is basically the person that's been helping Jagruti host this event in Grace Hopper, India. And they basically are putting together a series of activities, like, for example, how to create an elevator pitch and, tips and tricks to talk to inversionists. Actually, Manish is involved with an angel investor network from India. So, we're also trying to make the South America-India connection through there. And, how to figure out your market and, your audience and stuff like that. Stuff that basically, can make your product fail or actually succeed. And the conditions to participate is that the group has to have at least a woman as a founder or co-founder of the initiative. Okay. There's also a requirement that they have to have some kind of a legitimate business structure. So they have to be a team that's, they didn't just get together 5 minutes ago. They actually have an idea. And the third condition is that they've tried to socialize the idea a little bit, via Facebook or YouTube or something like that. Like, it's not necessary to have like 10,000 likes to participate, but you have an idea and you want to polish that idea, and these workshops will help you do that. So basically, there's the workshops beforehand, okay, and we're also getting some local people to help with the coaching because obviously Manish doesn't speak Spanish, so we're looking for local coaches to help with the Spanish Brazilian part, and also. So there's the sessions before the conference. During the conference, there's also going to be some live coaching for the teams that actually make it to the conference. And basically they're going to have just more basically figuring out that their presentation is ready for the final judging event. Okay. So that's basically it. So it's you have to have an idea. You have to have like a team built around, not that big, like about 3-4 people, but you have to have an idea, okay? And we aren't restricting the ideas. It can be anything, basically anything technology-based product that you want to build, and they will basically through these workshops help you polish it, okay? And basically so that you can present it to angel investors. And so basically, even though you don't win the challenge, you still walk away with all the mentoring and all the workshops and all the activities that you did before getting to the conference. Did I answer, Camilla, or do you have any more things that you want to know, more specific things that you want to know? So let me just try and load here the questions again.
Yeah, if you have follow-up questions.
I was not able to get to the questions, but okay. Do we need to translate to reinforce the points back in Spanish, just in case?
Oh, right. I was supposed to say in Spanish.
No, pero a ver, yo lo digo. Sorry, I'll just switch to Spanish. To summarize what Jocelyn said is, para responder la respuesta en español, uno, deben tener una idea relacionada a tecnología. El equipo tiene que haber por lo menos una mujer en el lado técnico, entiendo. No tiene que ser un equipo muy grande. Y la idea de ese track es que, si bien ganen o no, igual van a recibir todo el coaching de esas personas especializadas que han estado ayudando en la conferencia de Great Hopper India, para que ustedes puedan desarrollar. Entonces se van de todas maneras con ya una capacitación de estudio de mercado, de cómo hacer marketing, de cómo y alrededor del producto que ustedes quieren crear, ¿no? Entonces, eso es básicamente lo que había dicho Jocelyn.
Y contacto con inversionistas.
Y contactos con inversionistas, que es lo más importante. Es una red que no todos tenemos acceso, pero esa es la parte también importante, porque a veces hay buenas ideas. La idea es que tengan una idea, valga la redundancia, pero que esas buenas ideas las puedan explotar, porque hay muchas cosas que se tienen que poner alrededor para llevarla a cabo y ser exitosos. That was it. I don't know about the follow-up questions. Can you see the Q&A, Jocelyn? I was trying to get it.
Yeah, but I can only load the replied questions. I'm trying to load the other ones.
Okay.
Okay, Camilla says
so the
answered her questions.
That's Camilla. Yeah. Hi, Camilla.
Okay, Camilla said perfect. That answers my question. So that's great.
Yeah, that's
great.
Perfect. And in Spanish too. Our first multilingual webinar.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Lo siento, mi español es tan malo.
Actually, the language thing has been quite interesting. So initially, we had decided just to make a conference in English because, translation costs money. But we've been talking to sponsors, and trying to get more sponsors. But in the end, actually, our favorite sponsor, Microsoft, is helping us out with online translation through Bing. Nadi, do you want to talk about that?
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it makes it more accessible to more people when you have more languages.
Yes, and actually we can broadcast that as well. So there's been a lot of research about the online translation, and right now it's live with Skype. So we got some licenses on the preview version, and actually we need to try that it's perfectly translated between different accents. So we were just testing that out, but we did get that for the translation, so we can have that one ready, because the other option is to have simultaneous translation and have everybody with headsets, and so that's complicated. So that option, I think we want to be one of the earliest adopters on this, but this is working well now. So it's actually thanks to research, to Microsoft research, that they've been doing that work. So that's good.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And also we have a nice team of volunteers translating all the website material for us.
I hope you're going to write about it afterwards, like running a conference in 3 languages.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, all documents are triplicate basically. Calls for participation, posters, sponsor letters, everything is in triplicate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do we have any more questions from the audience? Otherwise, maybe now's a good time to remind y'all that Chuki and I are celebrating 6 months of Technically Speaking and we have an amazing competition going on, don't we, Chuki?
Yes, and it's very easy to enter. If you want to get some free books about speaking, or you want to go to conferences or with a free ticket, all you need to do is just to write something on Twitter quickly about what you get out of the newsletter. Or if you want to be a little bit longer, we also have a text box that you can write a paragraph about why you love our newsletter. I hope you do. I assume you do. Or you can also write a blog post and explain how you get started on public speaking, or how you ran a conference that has 3 languages.
That would be great entry. Yeah.
Yes, that would be. And we actually will weigh it more because it takes more effort to write a blog post. So if you really want that prize, I will suggest writing a blog post. But a tweet, we will love that as well. And the competition is ending as the month ends, so you have not a lot of time, but enough time for you to enter. So please, we would love to hear from you.
So do they have to visit your website, or just mention technically speaking hashtag, or like how do they submit the blog posts?
So if you go to any of the newsletters that we have sent out in May, there will be a link that says enter competition. So you will need to put, you will have to submit the link either to your blog post or to the tweet, or if it's a testimonial, you can just put it right there in the box, and then we are going to post it for you on our website. We started doing that in the first newsletter in May, but so you can go back to any of those old issues, and then you can click on the link.
Yeah, because we have a new top-level domain. We are techspeak.email. So this is very exciting. We have also been hard at work, although shamefully only in 1 language.
Well, I could write something in Chinese, I guess, but I haven't written in Chinese for so long. I have never spoken publicly in Chinese. So most of my speaking experience is in English.
I used to give talks in French, but I don't know that I want to translate everything we do into French. I think it's too much work.
Yeah, it's funny how actually you get different skill sets in different languages. Like, for example, if I have to give a talk, I have to give it in English. But if I want to just have a conversation, maybe Spanish is easier.
Yeah, when I go home to Hong Kong, I have a different personality when I speak in Cantonese. It's very strange. I think it's also because, I don't know why. I speak differently when I speak a different language.
I am so confused today because this is my first day back in Europe after 2 months in South America. And so now I'm in Paris.
I know.
But I've been speaking Spanish mostly very badly for 2 months. And so I'm just like, driver's like, what do you do? And I'm like, comment on dit ingénierie système en français? Je suis en espagnol. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and thank you so much to these wonderful LATINiTY ladies, Natalie and Jocelyn, for coming and sharing about this great event they're running with us. We really hope that you will apply. Submit early, submit often. That's what we say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us today.
Yay.
It's been fun too. Yeah, tons of fun.
Yeah, it's been nice talking to you guys, and congrats on the 6 months.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and apologies again for the technical problems. We are trying some new things with Hangouts, and they don't seem to be working for us, but we'll keep getting better.
Yeah.
How many ex-Googlers does it take to operate a Hangout?
It's complicated.
First, you need to run a projector.
All right then. Okay, I'm gonna take this offline now. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Ciao.